Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. First, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Adesanya versus Strickland, headlines at UFC 293 title fight. Recently, Israel Adesanya, who is the reigning middleweight champion and gold holder, is stepping into the octagon against the rising star, Sean Strickland. And guess what? This battle for the undisputed middleweight title is locked in as the main event for UFC 293. Whereas it is happening on September 9th at the Kudos Bank Arena in Sydney, Australia. Here, the excitement is real. Now let's break it down. Adesanya is no stranger to the spotlight, having secured that title at UFC 287 in Miami earlier this year. He's on a mission to defend his crown for the second time, and he's bringing some serious firepower. Do you remember the stunning second-round knockout over Alex Pereira? Yeah, that's fresh in our minds. But wait, there's more to this story. Strickland is making his move too. He's been making waves, and this fight marks his shot at undisputed gold for the first time in his octagon journey. With a recent TKO win over Abusufyan Magomedov, he's hungry for that title. And, you know what? Dana White himself spilled the beans on this epic matchup via the official UFC YouTube channel. Interesting, right? This is the reason that Adesanya's been on a wild ride, bouncing back from a tough loss to Pereira and reclaiming his spot at the top. And Strickland? Well, he's earned his spot fair and square, stepping up when Dricus du Plessis couldn't make it to the ring. And that's how this clash of titans came together. So guys, mark your calendars for September 9th because UFC 293 is bringing the heat. And you better believe that Adesanya versus Strickland is stealing the show as the main event. Dana White picks Chandler for McGregor's next fight instead of Gaethje. In the wild turn of showdown, it seems the Conor McGregor saga just took a twist. You might remember Justin Gaethje's name popping up in the Conor sweepstakes, but dude, hold on, because this is not where the action's at. According to Dana White, McGregor's call-out of Gaethje after his BMF title win was just classic McGregor style. You know, the old head fake he loves to throw at the media and his opponents. A clever move, for sure. Now let's rewind a bit. Remember that showdown between coaches promised to us after the Ultimate Fighter 31? Yeah, the one where Coach Chandler bested McGregor in the reality show tournament. Well, at this point, Dana White's saying it's still on the menu.
I talked to Conor, it was either yesterday or the day before, and yeah, he's ready to fight. You know, I said, listen, get in shape and let's figure this out.
Asked if Chandler was still McGregor's opponent, White said.
It's still definitely Chandler?
Yeah, he's fighting Chandler.
He added,
Conor likes to fuck with everybody, you know what I mean? Especially his opponent or possible opponents.
Later on, during UFC 291, McGregor served up a head kick knockout to Dustin Poirier. In this fight, he started throwing around some words about wanting to face off with Gaethje. It was like he was all set to ditch Chandler and take on a new challenge. On the other side, Gaethje fired back at him. He challenged McGregor to step up and sign the dotted line. But hold on. Gaethje had previously brushed off the idea, suggesting McGregor might be on something he shouldn't. Now here's where things get interesting. Just the other day, McGregor did a 180 and claimed the UFC had lost interest in Chandler. But guess what? UFC President Dana White is setting the record straight. That's just not the case. So what's left on the checklist? Well, McGregor's got to whip himself into fight-ready shape with the USADA report. Therefore, it is clear that this show continues with twists, turns, and a whole lot of drama. Guys, if you're enjoying the video, we'd love your support. Just hit that subscribe button to motivate us to bring you more exciting content. Strickland opens up about being jealous of Jake Paul. Here, UFC's middleweight contender Sean Strickland is spilling some feelings about Jake Paul. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let me fill you with details. You know, Strickland might not exactly be a member of Team Jake, but there's a hint of jealousy brewing there. However, Jake Paul's been riding the waves of his career, and Strickland's looking at him with a little green in his eyes. And it's not just about being a fan, but it's about the way things are playing out for the guy. On Twitter, Sean Strickland exchanges his words for Jack Paul. However, Sean Strickland's been making some waves of his own lately, He's been busy racking up wins in the octagon. Just look at his track record. He scored a unanimous decision victory over Nassourdine Imavov back in January, and then this past July he pulled off a TKO against Abusufyan Magomedov. So, yeah, undoubtedly he's been flexing his fighting muscles. And here's the juicy rumor that's been making the rounds. Strickland might just be stepping up as the next title challenger. You heard it right. He could be facing off against Israel Adesanya at UFC 293 come September. Man, it will be going an exciting showdown, right? So keep your eyes peeled because things are heating up in the octagon. And WWE-UFC merger set to wrap up in September 2023. Last but not least, we've got some big news from the ring. Remember when WWE got lifted by Endeavor Group back in April? Well, it looks like they're not stopping there. At that moment, the plan was to fuse WWE and UFC into this mega entity called TKO Group Holdings, and it's shaping up to be quite the showdown. So, here's the main story from the financial corner. Endeavor Group just dropped their Q2 results, and they called these moments magical. And it happens when WWE and UFC become TKO is on track for some time between mid to late September 2023. That's right around the corner for my fight fellows. Now let's talk about who's running the show. Ari Emanuel, the bigwig at Endeavor, is sliding into the CEO seat at TKO Group. And guess who's joining the ranks? None other than Vince McMahon, the mastermind behind WWE, who's taking on the role of executive chairman. Talk about a tag team. And let's not forget about the numbers game. Endeavor will hold the majority with a 51% stake in TKO Group Holdings, while WE's shareholders will be in control of the remaining 49%. So all the wrestling enthusiasts out there, get ready for a whole new era in the ring. We've got TKO on the horizon, and the bell is about to ring for this epic fusion of WWE and UFC. Undoubtedly, it's going to be a wild ride. All right, guys, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.